friend, we're going to be talking about a quintessential part of playing the bass. One, if you haven't watched the other videos in this series, please do. Subscribe, put something cool in the comment section, keep it classy, and ask questions. If you have a bass already and you've already checked to see that you don't have a bent neck or a fretboard, that everything on it is working properly, and that the action's not too terribly high, which makes it almost impossible to play. Once the instrument is set up, meaning that the intonation sounds good for every single string, and that you know how to just pull down through a note to be able to achieve a pluck or a pulse. When we do this with different fingers, we get good at playing with those fingers, so you're quite literally just going to clock hours doing this. Move on to the third finger, and dare I say it, yes, if you can do it with the three other fingers, you definitely can do it with your pinky. A lot of other teachers don't teach that because you don't use the pinky that often. However, it is good to get strong with all the fingers on both hands. First thing I like to show people is in another video. It's number 2 in this series, I believe. It's called a spider exercise. When we put a finger over here and a finger over here and move these up in half steps, we're quite literally stretching our fingers and getting the pulse of any rhythm that we're setting down. Or not rhythm, but tempo, just a standard beat. Now I know that I'm doing a crescendo here and an accelerando. However, the whole point is to go through this and get better with your fingers playing. This is a horrible camera. Something like through the lines of here, pulling down. This was in one of the other videos, pulling down straight through to the bass body from your lowest string, and then each additional string maybe pulling down through it. I like to work that with each finger, and then as far as this, I sometimes alternate. It's called walking the bass. So one of the things I was talking about is just starting to play. The idea is pick a band that you like, try to learn a few of their songs, go get lessons, and then find some other individuals like yourself within your age group, hopefully, that have the same playing level, and go play with them. Then try and play with a group of people that is way better than you, and go have fun knowing nothing, and then maybe go play with a group that doesn't know as much as you and show them a little something. Use some fun vocabulary and open their minds to a couple different ideas. You can find this stuff plastered all over the interwebs. I'm just one dude holding a bass, playing a little bit of rhythm. So some of the stuff I like is just this like standard rhythms, but I use my fingers over here for something like a percussive aspect. So if I have something like G, 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 B, C, D, F sharp, G, that little half step is part of my do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do. 1, 1, 1, 3, 4, 5, 7, 1. Notice how I put an eighth note right in between? Boom, boom, boom. Boom, boom, boom. That just allows me to play a little percussion in case there's not a drum player playing with boom, boom, boom. Up top here, sometimes I'll play some harmonies. When we have any type of chord, if you learned in one of the other videos, I think it was video number 2 as well, how to play chords, it all stems out of knowing what a major is and a minor. You can move that anywhere and play a bar chord with your finger. So if you start thinking chordally and learn a few scales like do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do, it doesn't change where you are on the fretboard. It just changes the notes you're hearing. So the intonation or the notes, the frequency, the pitch, it changes and it goes sharp or flat. So whether you're augmenting by going up or diminishing by going down, you're still playing a grouping of either 7 notes that are a family or 12 notes that chromatically just fit together. Like C, C sharp, D, D sharp, E, F, F sharp, G, G sharp, A sharp, B, C. Those are 12 notes that just fit together. So if we learn how to play those, like our spider exercises, we learn all the notes that are in between our family of notes. Each one of those family notes makes a chord. So if you learn those in triad form on the bass, it makes seeing scales and notes easier. The thing that I want to talk about in another series is how to recognize scale patterns. We only have 3 patterns on this thing. Whole step, that's one of the patterns. The next pattern is whole step, half step. And then the other pattern is half step, whole step. Between those 3 patterns, pattern 1, pattern 2, pattern 3, pattern 3. On a bass, generally you don't have the other one pattern unless you're doing a mode. guitar, this is the same theory. On a violin, same theory. So when you learn it on one stringed instrument, you can learn it on all, because we're dealing with the Western ear, half step, plus a half step is a major second, minor second plus a minor second equals a major second. And then if you keep adding minor seconds, you get a minor third, major third. So that's what we learned. Root, minor second, major second, minor third, major third, perfect fourth, augmented fourth, perfect fifth, augmented fifth, 6, 7, and 1. So right here what I have is a flat 6 or a minor 6, our major 6, our minor 7, our major 7, and then 1. This is chord construction 101. We'll talk about that in another video. Today, start playing. What does that mean? Everything I just did there. Being able to be comfortable with this hand, even if you're going. I don't know if that's the right key. Weezer. Anyway, learn a couple of different bands. Challenge yourself, but stay within your lane. If you want to learn something like, I don't know. My favorite band growing up was Yes. I had to know what Chris Squire was doing. I could never get that sound to come out of the bass, and then I realized it sounds louder. Turns out there wasn't the internet when I grew up, so I had to figure it out on my own. But Chris Squire's playing with a pick. It's much easier to be like. What a great tune, what a great lick. And now, even slow. I use that kind of groove all the time when I'm just playing in bands. I'll be like. Now I can put the name to it. It's called a pentatonic. We're just doing all the notes that are in between those notes. That's what we're focusing on. When you start playing and you start clocking hours, you start noticing stuff about your instrument. And when playing with other people, you learn. You develop a vocabulary. So don't be a busybody on your own. Go do it with other people and have fun. If you have questions about what I just talked about, put it in the comment section below. And remember, I'm just one person that shows a couple different ideas on how you do things. I hope this helps you in your journey. As far as starting to play, the next thing we're going to talk about is going to be called progressions. One of the easier progressions that we could do is called a 1-4-5. If we were in the key of A, E, F, F sharp, G, G sharp, A. When you play the lowest string on a 4 string, or the 5th fret on the A, 5th fret on the E, you achieve the A. So being able to do a spider exercise and know that the 1 finger extension is the next string above helps me to tune. You can play the pretty much in tune. And then you can fine tune from there. So with having all this knowledge, going out and playing these things with other people makes all the difference. Start a band, be in a band, have fun, learn music from a band, but don't just like have the bass in the corner of the room. Keep it out so you can play it. 5 minutes a day goes a long way. And then starting to play progressions. This progression is called a 1-4-5 pattern in the key of A. When we have A, there are 3 sharps. Now I know, blah, 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 blah. But listen, once you start talking like this, you will start to understand these terms. A, B, C sharp, D, E, F sharp, G sharp, A. Meaning when we play 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1, we get A major. A has A major, B minor, C sharp minor, D major, E major, F sharp minor, G sharp diminished, and then back to A. So when we know all those 7 tones, we don't have to stay with those, but have fun moving your fingers around. Remember, hitting wrong notes is a part of learning. Don't be afraid of wrong notes. Hit them. Have fun with them. If you have any questions about what we're talking about here, you can try that 1-4-5 in any key. A would be A. Right above it is a D. That's our 4 chord. When we go up a whole step, that's the F sharp, E, G sharp, E, G sharp, A, C sharp, A, C sharp. You can put millions of types of melodies on that pattern. What I'm doing there is I'm keeping a little bit of rhythm along with it while using a form called thump. Not the best at it, but each day I practice at it and get a little bit better at it. So for you beginning bassists out there, the idea is playing with your finger down, plucking through. The next idea is called the thump, which we'll go over in another video, but start playing is the concept of this video. Again, if you haven't already subscribed and you found this to be helpful, please put a thumbs up and then watch the other videos. Other than that, I hope you have a great day. Hello.